Alrighty, so it's 7 o'clock. We'll go ahead and get started. Good evening, and thank you for being here. Hi, my name is Brandie. If we haven't met yet, I'm excited to be practicing with you. We'll just take a moment to ground. So let's start in child's pose. Go ahead and take your knees as wide as the mat, toes come together. If you're at home and this feels sensitive already, you can get a blanket or a pillow and take it underneath your knees. But if everything feels good, go ahead and release your arms out. Let the forehead touch down. Maybe you rock it from side to side. Spread the fingers wide, grounding down through your hands. Take a big breath in. Let it go. Couple more like that. Full inhale. Full exhale. One more. From here, just take a moment of pause. A chance to notice your body. To perform a simple check-in. From the tips of the fingers all the way down the arms, the back, the legs, to the tip of the toes. No judgments or expectations. Simply noticing. On your next breath, press firmly into your hands, send the weight forward, brushing over the toes, coming to downward dog. Maybe you take your feet a little wider here as you pedal out the legs. Dropping one heel down, lifting the other. Maybe you shake your head from side to side, or yes and no. You can get sassy and sway out the hips. Perhaps you shift the body weight forward and back, just starting to notice. Waking up the spine. Slowly coming back towards center. We'll come on to the tips of our toes and take as many baby steps as we can until our feet come towards the top of the mat. With bent knees, grab for opposite elbows, tuck your chin. Let the body rock from side to side. Grounding through all four corners of both feet. Allowing the upper body to be lighter and looser. The head is heavy, like a coconut that's about to fall from a tree. You can stay here if this feels fantastic, or perhaps you release your hands behind your tailbone. You can simply rest them there, interlace them, lifting them up or down, getting into those grumpy bits of your upper back and shoulders. One or two more breaths here. You can bend deeper into your knees. Maybe take your head from side to side. After your next exhale, release your hands. Pressing down into all four corners of your feet, we'll slowly roll our bodies to standing. Take your time. Inhale, the arms rise, palms together, and hands rest at your heart center. Closing your eyes, taking this time to connect to the reason that you're here. We all come to our mat for different purposes. Some are to bring mental well-being. Some are to soothe our body physically, working out the kinks or stretching sore muscles. Some are to build strength or character. Whatever it is that's brought you to this mat this evening, begin to fill your body with these intentions. Taking a big breath in. Exhaling the intentions out into the world. One more breath, filling yourself up with confidence. Exhaling to relieve doubt. Inhale and rise. Exhale, bow forward, find a fold. Inhale, flat back, look forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale, hands down, feet back. Maybe the knees come down, maybe they don't. Lower halfway or all the way to the belly. You decide. For this first one, I'm going to come all the way down. Option to take up dog, maybe cobra, or perhaps a simple locust pose. Taking the feet together, pressing into the pelvis, lifting up. Exhale the hands back underneath your shoulders. Maybe you come through a tabletop, maybe a push-up. Find your way home to downward dog. We'll take that 2 more times here if you need to go faster or slower. This is your practice. These next 45 minutes are simply all about you. That means if you need something a little more, add it. And if you need a rest, take it. 1 more breath here, releasing the heels on your exhale. And on your next breath in, start to look forward once again. Take a million baby steps or 1 big hop. Bring your feet towards your hands. When you get there, release, let it go. Let the head rock from side to side. When you're ready, release the arms. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise to standing, take your time. Exhale, hands to heart. 1 last time, inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step it back, plank. Lower down halfway, or all the way, you decide. Inhale, press into the tips of the toes. Maybe we lift the thighs. Exhale, downward dog. One more breath here. Slowly looking towards the front of the mat. Maybe we get playful, take a little hop. Inhale, flat back. Exhale and fold. When you're ready, rise to standing. Hands to heart center. Inhale, sit your hips back, find a chair. Take your fingertips down to the ground. Hands come back. Touch the fingers down to the ground. Keep your hips where they are, super chair. Inhale, inhale. Exhale, fold. Flat back, half lift. Maybe the hands come to your shins or interlace behind you. Exhale, fold. Hands can reach up. Exhale, release the hands down. Step or jump back. Find your way through all the way to downward dog. Inhale. And exhale. Right leg lifts. Maybe you open the hip, maybe you don't. When you're ready, step that foot through. Warrior 1 on this side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, pivot on the back foot. Find your flow. Inhale. And exhale, down. Press into the right foot, left leg lifts. Maybe you open the hip, maybe you don't. When you're ready, step that left foot through. Warrior 1 on this side. Inhale, open up. Exhale, hands down, pivoting on the back toes. Step it back. Maybe go right to down dog. Maybe you take a full flow. Inhale. And exhale wherever you choose to go. One more breath. Looking towards the front of the mat. Bring your feet to your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit back into your chair. Inhale, stand. Exhale, hands by your sides. Inhale, sink it back. Find your super chair. Sink it down a little deeper. Inhale again. Exhale, fold. Find your way to a flat back. Hands can come behind you, maybe they don't. Exhale and fold. Hands come down to the ground. Step 1 foot back, then the other. We're here in a high plank option, just like before, to lower down. All the way or halfway. When you're ready, inhale, peel the body up. And exhale, return home. Pressing into the left foot. Right foot steps forward. Option to open the hip just like before. Warrior 1. Exhale, hands down, step it back. Option to flow or take it right into the other side. Warrior 1 on the left. Inhale, open up. Exhale, hands down again. Option to flow or not, that's your choice. Listen to the body. If you need a little more, take it. If not, let it go. Finishing this last round here. One more breath in our downward dog. Looking towards the front of the mat, maybe you take a little bend in the knees, jump the feet up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sink your hips back, find a chair. Hands come to your heart. Step your right foot back. High or low lunge, option to drop the back knee. Open up towards that front leg. Yeah, so the left hand is reaching in front, right hand is reaching back. Draw your torso back to center. And then from here, take your left hand towards the back thigh, reaching that front arm up and over. Big breath here. Exhale, takes your hand down. Underneath the shoulder, dragonfly twist. Pull your left hip back, reach your left fingertips towards the ceiling. Big inhale. Exhale, hand comes down, step the back foot forward. Inhale, sink it back, find your chair. Pause here. Press into the right foot, step the left foot back. Same thing, option to drop down to the knee if you'd like low lunge. So wherever you are, high or low lunge. Inhale, reach a little higher. Exhale, find that twist. Open up towards the right side. You can stay here, reaching your arms away from each other, or take that back hand down to the thigh, front arm reaches up and back, finding a deeper twist, little back bend. Inhale again. Coming back to center. If you're in low lunge, tuck the back toes, lift up. Draw the arms forward. We'll slowly begin to press into that front foot. Step it up, inhale, sink the hips back. Exhale, fold, shake it up. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. Pressing into the hands, step it back, plank position. Heels come over towards the right side. Inhale, left arm lifts. Pick the hips up. If this feels like too much in your body at this moment, take your bottom knee down. Pressing into your foundation, take your hand a little further underneath your shoulder. Ground down through that bottom knee. Lift the hips higher. And when you're ready, we'll bring it through all the way over to the other side. If you have that knee down, just bring the toes behind you. Come up through plank first, and then take the heels over to the other side. Same thing, inhale, set up, reach up. Big breaths wherever you are. Inhale, inhale. And exhale, we'll come back to where we started. Hips lift, take an inhale. Reach that right leg up, bend into the knee, find your way over to wild thing. So that left leg stays straight, foot is down on the ground. Inhale, 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 as the right arm lifts. Press into your left hand, maybe you take the right hand behind your head to help open the chest. One more breath here. And as you exhale, let's pivot on those left toes, flip back around. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, step it through, dropping the back knee. Anjaneyasana, low lunge, reach your arms up. Interlace the hands behind your head, peel the elbows back as you lift your heart back. Mini back bend. Inhale, and as you exhale, take your hands down to the ground, straighten that front leg, peel the toes towards the body. Inhale here, and while we have this leg out, we're gonna take our hand underneath the shoulder because we forgot this on the other side. Open up into your dragonfly twist. Big breath here. Last one. When you're ready, take your hand down, step your foot back, inhale. And we'll take it to the other side, lift the left leg, open up, finding your wild thing here. Pressing into that right foot, opening up through the left arm, maybe the hand comes behind the head, your choice. Inhale, inhale. And when you're ready, exhale, flip back around, lift that leg. Step it through, low lunge, back knee drops. Inhale, arms reach up. Hands can come back behind your head. Big breath in. Last one. Hands come down, slowly find our way back now that we're even on both sides, looking towards the front of the mat. We're gonna jump up into Malasana, so a yogi squat. Our feet are gonna come one on either side of the hands. You can step or jump up. Taking your hands to heart center, pressing your elbows into the thighs. Take a big breath. One more. You can take your right hand down to the ground, reaching your left arm up. Using that right arm as a fulcrum to help open up the hips just a bit more. If you feel like opening up the chest a little more, flip the palm towards the back of the room. Bending into the elbow, the hand comes to the small of the back. Keep sending that left shoulder towards the ceiling. Keep sinking your tailbone towards the ground. One more breath here. Exhale, release. We'll switch sides, taking that left hand down, right arm reaches up if that feels good in the body. Maybe you flip the palm, maybe you don't. Bending into the elbow, the back of the hand comes to the low back. Keep drawing that right shoulder up and back. One more time. Slowly releasing the hands down. Option to come into crow pose. Coming up onto the tippy toes. Back of the knees, catch the back of the arms. Maybe we lift one foot and then the other. We're just going to come right back to where we started. You can do that a couple more times. Or you can stay here. Tripod headstand is in your practice. This is a great time to take the top of the head down, pull the belly in, and start lifting the legs. One more inhale. And as you exhale, take your hands down and press into your tippy toes. Heels come behind you, straighten the legs. Start off by grabbing for opposite elbows. Take a bigger bend in your knees. Take your right hand down to the ground underneath your face. Left arm starts to reach up towards the ceiling. That right knee can bend a little more. The hips can open up towards the left. That's okay. Keep reaching the fingers high. And exhale, take that over to the other side. Inhale, reach up. Bending into that left knee, hips are opening, find your breath. Last one. Slowly release the hands down, we'll roll the body up. Just coming towards the top of our mats. Hands can come to our thigh, working on a little balance here. So whether the hands are on our hips, hands are at heart, or out by your side, just find a nice little Captain Morgan stance here with our right knee bent, and imagine you're stomping into a ground that isn't there. You can stay here if this feels like it's enough. Or maybe we start to extend that leg, pointing the toes up towards the ceiling. Imagine there's a string at the top of your big toe, and it's being pulled higher and higher and higher. Feel that quadricep working, feel your glute working. Shift the weight towards the center of the body. Maybe you reach your arms up, inhale. One more breath. Bend into that knee, maybe you give yourself a little hug. We're just gonna cross the ankle over the opposite thigh. Taking your hands to heart center, start to sink it back. Coming into a figure four squat, maybe we stay here, maybe we take our hands or our forearms to the shin. Maybe we find ourselves in a figure four fold. Tucking the chin a little more tightly. Finding deeper breaths. And as much as you want to make this work come from the arms and you want to pull the upper body towards the thighs, think about the work coming from the pit of your stomach instead. So with every inhale, you find length as the belly expands. With every exhale, you draw the belly in, coming closer to yourself. Slowly begin to sink back into the hip. Crossing that right leg over the left, so maybe we just make a kickstand. Maybe we wrap the toes around the opposite ankle as we sink our hips back and open up our arms into cactus, so goalpost. Start to take the forearms towards one another. Maybe the left wraps underneath the right, and we'll take the hands together. If that's not happening, grab for opposite shoulders. This is great. I'll turn around so you can see, but while you're here, notice that the elbows are coming in by the chest. Lift them away so that they're in line with the shoulders and relax them down. And if the hands are here by the forehead, give yourself a little bit of space. So we're here in our eagle, sinking down. Take a big breath. 2 more. Last one here. Slowly unwind. Go ahead and kick that leg back. Hands can come to your heart center. Perhaps they reach back behind you, or maybe they reach forward for warrior 3. Take one more big breath wherever you are. And as you exhale, hands come down to the ground, kick your own bum. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you start to kick a little higher as you come up onto the ball of that opposite foot. Maybe you start to take little chest taps. Maybe it turns into a somersault. You're at your own house, no one will ever know. Exhale. Send yourself back, inhale, lift up. And exhale, we'll find our way back to downward dog. Just pause here in your downward dog and allow yourself the opportunity to notice the asymmetry. Slowly pedaling out your legs. Maybe you shift the weight forward and back a couple times. You can find a little twist if that feels good in your body. One hand reaches for the opposite ankle, shin, or thigh. 2 more breaths in your downward dog. Maybe you've chosen to rest in child's pose between sides. Slowly making your way back to the top of your back. We'll rise to standing and just take all of that fun on the other side. This time we're going to ground down to the right foot. Hands can come to the hips, heart center, out in cactus. We'll start to find our way to that Captain Morgan pose, that very first one. We're finding a nice proud stance, stomping into a ground that doesn't exist. So once you're here and you've taken your stand, maybe this is where you stay. Maybe you kick down the door, straightening that front leg. Just imagining that there's a string right on top of your big toe, and it's lifting you taller and taller. That leg is reaching higher towards the ceiling. Feel that quadricep working. One side is different than the other. That's okay. Big breaths wherever you are. Any shaking, any wobbling that you're experiencing, that's your strength being built. So embrace that. Take a big breath. Maybe reach your arms up. One more inhale. Slowly begin to exhale, cross the left ankle over the right thigh, and we're just going to sink down into our figure 4 squat. As far as you'd like to go. Remembering here that one side is allowed to be different. Sometimes anatomically and very often habitually, we are different from side to side, so remember there's no judgments, only explorations. We're going to slowly come back up when you're ready. Remember, we can simply kickstand. That can be enough today. Maybe this is a lot for you. Maybe we wrap the legs around one another. We bring our arms out into this goalpost. Slowly drawing the forearms towards one another. This time the right arm wraps underneath the left, and the hands can either touch, or we can grab the opposite shoulders. Wherever you are, elbows away from the chest, and if your hands are together, take them away from your face. Sink just a little bit lower and breathe. One more. Slowly unwrap and wind. Maybe you give yourself a big hug. If you need to touch down in the middle, that's okay. When you're ready, slowly kick that leg behind you, finding your way to your airplane posture or your warrior 3. You get to decide tonight. Hands come back behind you, maybe out in front. Big breaths. One more. Exhale, hands down. Ooh, feel that strength in the ankle. And maybe we just stay here kicking our own bum. Maybe we take those little trust taps. When you're ready, we'll take our feet back, lowering down. Inhale, draw the heart forward. And as you come through your downward dog, just go ahead and jump through, crossing at the ankles, and just come to sit on your bottom. Big breath in, arms reach overhead. Take them back behind you, fingers pressing towards the earth. Just roll the head of the shoulders back, lift up. That feels good, stay there and breathe. If not, flip the fingers around, press into the tips of the fingers, and the thumbs start to lift the hips off the earth. Pressing weight towards the knees. One more breath in. As you exhale, release the hips down, extend that left leg out. Just gonna rotate the body towards the left side of the mat and start to walk our hands down. Big breath in, get longer. And exhale, stare down that big toe. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the jaw. If you'd like a little extra depth here, you can take your forearm right on top of, in front of, or behind the thigh. Maybe you take your peace fingers around the big toe. We just start to reach up and over. So notice here, if you can grab for the big toe, but you crunch up your side body, pull yourself back a little bit. Open up, notice the space you can create. If you've got a block handy, take it underneath, just to give you that space back. Still gonna get a nice side body stretch here. Slowly take that hand back behind you. Pressing foot into the earth, lift your hips up, rainbowing to release the effects of that stretch. When you're ready, hands come back behind you, a windshield wiper, side to side. And then just switch sides. Rotating our torso towards the right this time, sitting up nice and tall. Walking ourselves forward. Big breaths. Keep looking towards the baby toe. Now the big toe. Now the baby toe. Now the big toe. Now the baby toe. Now the big toe. If you want that extra depth, you can release your forearm down, reaching up and over. See if you can soften a bit. Just 2 more breaths. And after your second, we'll take our hand down, pressing into that right foot. Inhale to rainbow the hips up. And when you're ready, release them down. Start to come onto your back, drawing the knees into your chest. And take your hands to the tops of the knees and literally draw a circle one way. And then the other. Slowly bringing yourself back to center. We're going to cross the right leg over the left. Left arm crosses on top of the right, and we're going to grab for opposite shoulders. When you're ready, tap the toes and fingers to the ground, take an inhale. And as you exhale, draw everything back to center. Inhale, reach long, try to hover. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach long, hover. Exhale, crunch. 3 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Arching the back a tiny bit with each one. When you finish, unwind your legs, wrap your arms around them, squeeze tight. We'll go right into the other side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. 3 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Last one. Inhale, reach. Bring it back to center. Unwind, squeeze tight. And then relax everything to the earth. Rock the legs from side to side. Take your head from left to right. Pressing your right foot into the ground, take the left ankle on top. You can stay here, relaxing the arms by your sides. Maybe you wrap your arm around that right leg, give yourself a hug, bring it in tighter. Try to keep the shoulders and tailbone grounded as best as you can. Find length here as you breathe in. And soften as you breathe out. Slowly releasing that right foot down. Go ahead and take your left knee all the way over towards the left side of the mat until it touches down. Shift your gaze towards the right shoulder. Let the weight of the left ankle stretch out the front of the right hip, the IT band. Breathing in, breathing out. cross that left leg over the right and melt the legs towards the right side of the room as you switch your gaze. Maybe you close the eyes and just breathe. One more inhale. Slowly unwind. Pressing the feet down into the mat. Hands can come by your hips or not. Lifting the hips up for bridge pose. Exhale, release down. We'll find that on the other side. Starting here, crossing the ankle over the opposite thigh. You can just hang out. Maybe you wrap your arms around that left leg, draw it a little closer. Just notice. Eventually, we'll take that right knee over towards the right side of the mat, allowing it to touch down as we look towards the left. Just a few breaths here. One more. When you're ready, we'll slowly draw the right leg completely over the left. Knees melt to the left side as you look forward. One more breath. Slowly come back to center. Drawing your knees into your chest. Maybe you find a happy baby. Rocking from side to side, maybe that ninja baby. Eventually, we'll take the feet together, draw them a little closer to our hearts. Maybe rock the head from side to side. Try to relax the shoulders down as you do this. Just breathe here. Release the feet down to the ground, knees still splaying out. One hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Stay as long as you'd like. When you're ready, arms and legs begin to extend out. Maybe grab a pillow for underneath the back of the neck or the knees. Make any wiggles or adjustments that you need so that you can be still for just a few minutes. Sealing in the effects of our practice. If you like, you can wiggle the fingers and the toes. Squeezing all the muscles of the hands and the feet. Feel the energy radiating up the arms and legs. Maybe you squeeze the face and shoulders. Take one more breath. Maybe everything lifts up. As you exhale, release it all. Finding yourself still. Shavasana. You can stay here as long as you'd like. But when you're ready, begin to wiggle your fingers, your toes, taking your head from side to side. Circling here at the wrists and the ankle. Reaching your arms overhead as you draw the knees in. Maybe wrap your arms around the leg. Slowly rolling to one side. Pressing yourself up. Coming to a seat. Taking one last moment to find gratitude for your body. To find gratitude for your mind. In this beautiful practice, take your hands to your heart, bow your head. From my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Sunday. If you are one of the awesome Black Swan members who are keeping your membership, I just wanted to say thank you for holding on to that hope and supporting us. You guys are the ones who are keeping the studio doors open, so after all of this mess is said and done and cleaned up, we have a space to come home to. For those of you who are donating, if you are able to donate, all of the videos are free, and by no means donations are not expected, but if you are able to donate and you have something to share and would like to share, all of those donations go to the teachers, so we really do appreciate that. Thanks again, and we'll be back at 8:30. Bye.